Hi guys, in this video I will solve four examples about the limits indeterminate form 0 over 0. So here is the first example. Before we start that, first thing that you should do in every limit question, firstly check that what happens when you put this value in the given rule. Let's put that there. 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 2 over 2 squared plus 2 and minus 6, which makes here 4 plus 2, then 2 minus 4 plus 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 minus 6 is 0. So then in here 2 squared 4 plus 2 6, 6 minus 6 is 0. So this is the indeterminate form. That's why in this kind of cases we always must factorize them and simplify the parts, making it 0. So now we continue in here. Limit. So actually right now you should delete this part and then move on like this in real solutions, but for the video let's keep it there. So it is time to factorize these things. If you have something in this case like ax squared plus bx plus c, you should find two numbers, their product plus 2, their sum minus 3. So minus 1 times minus 2 makes plus 2, and if you add them you are gonna get minus 3. So you can factorize this expression as x minus 1 times x minus 2. So then the one in here, it is similar idea. Since there is no number in here, you should find two numbers which their product minus 6, their sum plus 1. So 2 times 3 is minus is 6. To make it minus 6 and to get plus 3, the big one should be plus, small one should be minus. So when you multiply these two numbers, you get minus 6. When you add them, you get plus 1. So you can factorize it as x minus 2 times x plus 3. So now we can simplify x minus 2 by x minus 2. So what will we get right now? Limit x approaches to, in up there x minus 1, here x plus 3. So now let's try to put this number 2 in the rule. That will be 2 minus 1, 2 plus 3, which is 1 over 5. So since it is a number, here we have a result. If it was 0 over 0, we should try one more factoring it, but one more time to factorize it, but then is no need. So now example 2 in here. Firstly, try to put this number in the row. Let's check that. 1 cube plus 2 times 1 squared minus 1 minus 2, 1 squared plus 1 minus 2. So 1 cube is 1, 2 times 1 squared is 2, types in here. So 1 plus 2 is 3, minus 1 minus 2 makes minus 3, 0, 3 minus 3. 1 squared is plus 1 is 2, 2 minus 2 will be 0, and this is the indeterminate form. So right now actually we should clean this from here, then move on like that. Equals limit x approaches 1. It is time to factorize these two expressions. Firstly, let me show you the one in denominator, bottom there. So I should find the same thing, product of two numbers minus 2, and I need here plus 1, so big one plus, small one is minus. That means when you multiply them it's minus 2, when you add them it is plus 1. So we can factorize this x minus 1 x plus 2. So now in up there here we have four terms. When we have four terms like term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, we mostly try grouping. So let's group first to x cubed to x squared. So x squared is common factor for that. So when you move x squared out, there remains 1x from x cubed. So from 2x squared, when you move x squared out, there remains positive 2. So here we have like minus x and minus 2, and it should be similar with x plus 2. That's why we put the minus out of the parentheses. So minus x will become with opposite side plus x. Minus 2 will become with opposite side with plus 2. So right now the parts inside the parentheses are same. So we can factorize it one more time. Let's do that in here. We should keep writing this, unfortunately. Or you can factorize this expression somewhere else that put it in here. But right now I started in this way, so I'll continue. We copy the other things, x minus 1 from bottom place, x plus 2. So now in here, x plus 2 same, put it out. X plus 2 same for both. Now open parentheses. From the first place, x squared. From the second place, there is minus, let me show you in there. There is minus 1 times x plus 2, x squared minus 1 will be there. So x squared minus 1 is in the form like a squared minus b squared. 1 can be shown as 1 squared. So we will continue to factorize one more time, which is a squared minus b squared. Let me remind that to you. It's a minus b times a plus b. Let's do that. I think after this step, we will finish this example. Also, at the same time, if you realize that there is x plus 2 in here, x plus 2 over that, let's also simplify those two. Now, this is kind of like a squared minus b squared, and it will be in this form, which is x minus 1 times x plus 1. So inside of this parenthesis, I factorized one more time, x plus 2 simplified each other, and denominator that is x minus 1. At that, we can also simplify x minus 1 by x minus 1. So there remains only when limit approaches to 1, x plus 1, which is, let's put the number 1 in, 1 plus 1, guess what? 2. So now let's go to the third example. Here we have a question. So in limit questions, always put the given number inside. Check what's happening there. So a squared minus, instead of x, I'm gonna write 0. 0 squared over 0 of a, sorry, 0 minus a power 2. So a squared minus 0 squared is a squared. 0 minus a will be minus a power 2 is going to be positive a squared. So here we have a squared over a squared, which is equal to 1. So this has no relation with the 0 over 0. Direct, the result is 1. There is no need to do anything else. So let's go to the next example. Here I couldn't write it very well. So in here, we will keep this one like one thing and write over 1. In here, phi upper 1, phi upper knee, we should write. So then the denominators should be equal to, I mean the lower place is this x minus 2 and 1 should be same. X minus 2 and 1 should be same. That's why you multiply in this fraction everything by x minus 2. I don't know what's going to happen after that. In here, we will multiply everything by x minus 2. This is the first time I'm solving this example. One student sent me these examples right now. Now I'm solving it directly. Let's see what's going to happen. So, there is one step that I forgot in here. First, we should replace number 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 3 is going to be 1. Let's do that checking in here. So there's going to be 1 plus in here. Perhaps we can get a result without trying this. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. So 3 over 0 is kind of like undefined term. So we cannot calculate by putting 2. So we should do some other stuff like I'm doing right now. So let's remove this one from there. So guys, I don't want to write the limit always. So I'm gonna write the limit x approaches to in here later, over there later. So I want to make this algebraic part without writing the limit. Calculations about this algebraic part without writing somewhere else in here. But after I finish those algebraic things, I will write the final result in here and calculate it over there. So x minus 2 times x squared minus 3. So x minus 2 times 1 will be x minus 2. So the denominators will be for both of them x minus 2. Now in numerator what will happen? X times x squared x cubed. X times minus 3 minus 3x. So minus 2 times x squared minus 2x squared. Minus 2 times minus 3 is going to be plus 6. So then from the other side plus x plus 1. Plus x plus 1 will come. So then in here x minus 2 times x times x squared. Minus 2 times x minus 2x. So both of them, this one and the next one, will be over x minus 2. So plus x squared comes from second. Plus x squared comes from second. Since both denominators were all same, we can simplify them in here. So the numerator will come here, the denominator will come there. So also at the same time, let's make the adding. There is x cubed minus 2x squared. X cubed minus 2x squared. The minus 3x plus x will be minus 2x minus 3x plus x, then plus 6 plus 1 will be plus 7. Is there a mistake in here? So what will happen in denominator? There will be 2x squared minus 2x. 2x squared, x squared plus x squared, 2x squared minus 2x. So right now, let's try to calculate it verbally. What if I put number 2 in here? Also in denominator, let's take only denominator. 2 squared 4, 2 times 4 8, 2 times 2 4, so 8 minus 4 is 4. So there is no 0 in denominator, so it's not a problem. So let's replace this one in here. Let's replace this one in here. X cubed minus 2x squared minus 2x and plus 7. This is the result of this algebraic calculation. Then 2x squared minus 2x. So right now this is a limit question. When x approaches to, put number 2 instead of x. 2 cubed minus 2 times 2 squared minus 2 times, instead of x, 2 and plus 7 over 2 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2. Let's calculate that one in here. 2 cube is going to be 8 minus 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8 minus 2 times 2 is 4 plus 7. Denominator 2 squared 4 times 2 8 minus 2 times 2 is 4. So 8 minus 8 0 minus 4 plus 7 3. 8 minus 4 4. So 3 over 4 is the final result of this exam. So now thanks for watching. See you. Bye.